So you have no regret. Is there anything at the moment that you want to say that I would have loved to do differently but I've not been able to do? Like you said, challenges are there, but you've always been able to keep them,
I have no regrets. I have none, but I would have liked, now that I'm traveling around my country, I do feel a sense of, I wish I had known more about my country when I was growing up. I had parents who wanted to give me the best they could. So they sent me to England and gave me the best education, a good solid education.
Yeah.
But we spent so much time outside the country that it is now that I'm traveling around my country because of the Miss Nigeria competition that I'm learning wonderful things about my country. When I signed up for the Miss Nigeria pageant, I didn't know that much about the Miss Nigeria pageant. I didn't know that much about my country, Nigeria. Now I've been to Kogi State, I've been to Kwara State, I've been to Abuja, I've been all around the states, I've been to Cross River State, River State, I've been to the Delta, and I see the beauty in it. I used to sit and watch and listen to the news and they talk about the Niger Delta, Niger Delta. I've been to the Niger Delta. I just did a photo shoot and for Vanguard Allure, and I chose to dress. I chose 3 different tribes. I dressed as a Fulani, Hausa Fulani girl. I dressed as a queen of the Niger Delta, and then I dressed as a Yoruba girl because that's where I'm from. I'm so privileged to be able to learn about where I've come from, but only I wish I could have done it earlier. I wish I could have gone to school in England like I did, yes, had a beautiful education, but that I could have combined it with learning about my own country.
So what you see now is that you were talking about wanting to teach the girls what they don't know about pageant, because you've been there and you know a lot now, and with experience you can like guide them, mentor them, support them.
Absolutely.
But the pageant at the same time is teaching you a lot.
Absolutely. Oh my, it's teaching me a whole lot.
It's teaching you about life.
About life and about my country.
About your country.
And about my people. I didn't know how, all these different tribes that we had. I just thought we had Yoruba, Igbo, and Hausa. No. I mean, it's phenomenal. I'm going to start writing about my experiences during the pageant, and it's a phenomenal education that I'm getting.
Someone like you should write a book after everything.
Absolutely.
If you want to talk about the impact, the most beautiful Nigerian girl, how don't you do as a young girl? Maybe we can end with that.
Well, the impact it had is actually quite extraordinary. But like I said, if you imagine one evening, a crown amongst many, you're set out, brought forward, and a crown is placed on your head, and you're only a girl. Your life is transformed. You truly do. With that action of a crown being placed on your head, your life is completely transformed, and your life changes. Number one, I think the major impact in my life was the thrust into public limelight. I really truly didn't expect it, and I'm not sure I was ready for it. So one thing I have noted, I had made note of, is to prepare these girls for that event, because they will be thrust out into the full glare. So they will grow up in the glare of the public with everybody watching them, and then they're growing up, they're making their mistakes, and they're going about their daily business, but everybody watching them and judging them accordingly criticizing them. You have to be schooled in that. I remember watching Princess Diana on Sky News, being interviewed by I can't remember the name and of the gentleman, and they asked her, was she prepared how was she prepared for that step into being the wife of Prince Charles? And she was never prepared. And that was the same thing that happened to me. I want to help prepare these girls. It is a phenomenal invasion. Your loss of privacy, it is a phenomenal invasion. I think one should go to school just for that, just to prepare you. And that is the biggest part of it. Just learning to cope with all the people that want to be your friend. Because you get invited to, because once you're at a function, that function is news. So all your friends want them at their weddings, their funerals, because as soon as you're there, that function becomes, a society wedding, a society this, a society whatever. The pressure on you. So for you to know that what you need to do with that press attention is to focus it on the right thing. You focus it on highlighting issues. Focus it on promoting things that will be good causes. Focus on the opportunities you've been given to improve yourself, improve your core self, and improving the lives of the people around you. And I think that's the most important thing.
Well, I must say that for most of us who have, decided to go into the pageant world, and for people out there listening to you, we have been taught a very big lesson in these few 30 or 40 minutes that we've been talking to you. So I must thank you for that, and once again congratulate you on the huge work that you have to do with the Miss Nigerian pageant.
Thank you
Even
very
when
much.
it's not done yet, but we can see the steps. They say by their steps we shall know them.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what
thank you
going
very
on
much. Thank you.
So once again, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you for coming all this way.
It's been a pleasure meeting you for the first time and
Thank you.
seeing the famous Nike.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to meet you.
Right.
It really has been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, viewers, that has been Chief Nike Oshinowo Soleye. She is the creative director and the chief executive of Miss Nigeria Pageant, to relaunch Miss Nigeria Pageant. At the moment, Miss Nigeria Pageant is in process. The date of the pageant is 25th of September, but a lot is going on at the moment. Until the 25th, if you want to know anything or find out information, I would advise that you go to the Miss Nigeria website. Everything is there. All the informations are there. You get it there. Or if you know Nika, you can give her a call. But unfortunately, her number is not there. So it's better to go on the website and find out information. And for those who are planning to contest or go into pageant, I believe that you've heard from the mother, the princess herself. She has said it all. So whatever doubt I guess you probably had before has been answered by Nika. On that note, we've come to the end of the show, and until next week, when we come your way again, peace and love. Nika?
Thank you very much. I look forward to meeting you young ladies at the screenings or in the house, in the reality house. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Thank you.
A bright new day in Nigeria. Every Nigerian woman wakes up with hope and desire to make a lasting impact. A desire that has been nurtured since 1957. Through the years, the desire of the young Nigerian woman has consistently been common. It's not just about being seen, liked or wanted, but about showcasing the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in totality. That's why a distinguished platform such as the Miss Nigeria is back, bigger and better. The Miss Nigeria title has stood to represent the highest of ideas. In totality, this pageant brings back the old world glamour and elegance. It reveals and harnesses the positive attributes of the Nigerian woman in her elegance, poise, talent, intelligence, values, and to cap it all, her beauty. In 1957, Miss Grace Oyelude of the then Western region reigned as the crowned queen, and her successor, Miss Helen Eyameluna, Eastern region, 1958. And of course, in 1960, Miss Independence, Rosemary Anieze, Miss Nigeria, has always been the most celebrated event each year, from 1961 to 2004. Through the years, the Miss Nigeria platform has afforded past winners the unique opportunities within Nigeria and globally to demonstrate the values of the true Nigerian and African woman. This is the organization that is duly recognized by the federal government of Nigeria. To carry the glamorous title of Miss Nigeria will not just mean a beauty queen in terms of looks and elegance, but a repeated representation of the true African spirit, just like in the years gone by. This is a privilege and an honor for any young Nigerian lady with dreams to be adorned with such honors. Welcome to the Miss Nigeria 2010. We are set to discover a Nigerian lady who is able to uphold the ideas of our nation, yet able to relate to today's global village. Miss Nigeria 2010, the crowned queen will be the nation's queen, and only the best is good enough to take the most coveted crown. This is not just any beauty pageant. It's Miss Nigeria, our Nigeria. Miss Nigeria. One nation, one people, one queen. Log on to www.missnigeriapageant.com and avail yourself of the details.